Hello, I just wanted to take a quick minute and show you how to use your CPT Professional Code Manual or Code Book. To start, the first thing I want to show you is the inside cover of your CPT book comes with all of these tabbing content. Now what you want to do is take a Post-it and mark the section of the CPT book for easy reference. You don't have to do this, but it does make it nice. So we're going to start by tabbing the index. The index is in the very back of the book, these gray pages. And this is where you go to look up your codes. So I would start by tabbing the index. Then the CPT book is broken into 6 sections. We have E&M, or Evaluation and Management, anesthesia, surgery, path lab, medicine, and radiology. So inside surgery, there's also different sections that are tabbed. So you want to tab all of those. So we'll just go ahead and start with the E&M, which is the very first section, the red section here. So I'm going to tab that. Next we have anesthesia in the book, which is the blue pages. So go to anesthesia. We're going to tab that. Then the next, the green pages, is where surgery starts. So you can take the tab for surgery, tab that. Then the integumentary system part of surgery is the next section. So then we're going to tab that, and so on and so forth until you have all of these tabs done. I won't go through and show you all of them because I think after a couple you can see how it works. The next thing I want to show you is on the inside cover of your CPT manual. We have the symbols right up here and then the modifiers. Now you'll look, there's 2 different columns of modifiers. The one on the left is the physician modifier. The one on the right is hospital outpatient modifier. So ER, same day surgeries. Some of the modifiers are the same, some are not. Also, in the back of your book, there's an appendix. Appendix A, again, we can get our tab for Appendix A and tab that while we're right here. But Appendix A has information and explanation about the modifiers, so you can also come here to look at modifiers if you need more information. Appendix B is also helpful. It has the summary of additions, deletions, and revisions from the prior coding year. So every January when the new CPT book comes out, you can come here and see what's been deleted, added, or revised from the previous coding year. Appendix C has clinical examples of evaluation and management coding, or E&M coding. And then these other appendices are just helpful information, vascular families, some kind of A&P crosswalks. You can look through those. So next in the back of the book is the index. Now this is where you actually will look up the procedure or service you're coding using your CPT book. It gives us examples, tells us to code using the main term, tells us what coding ranges are, conventions. So make sure and read this. And you can see everything's alphabetical. It starts with A and goes all the way to Z. The other thing I wanted to point out, when we're looking for a CPT code, it's best to try to look it up by the name of the procedure and then the anatomical site. Many times you can also go to the procedure by anatomical site and then the name of the procedure, but again, typically it's easiest if you go by the name of the procedure first. So as you can see, like ablation, let's just say for example that we did larynx ablation of a lesion. So we would come here to A, to ablation, and then go down to larynx lesion, and we see code 31572. So now we flip to the tabular to 172, and these are all in numerical order. So we're going to go here to 31572. And it tells us that that code is out of order, is what the red is telling us. So then we come over here to find it. Sometimes if they're out of order, you have to look. This code also has a number sign in front of it. So you'd want to look at the bottom and look at your symbols, what they mean. And this means that it's a resequenced code. You look at the very bottom. That's what this number sign means, is resequenced code. So then if we look back at our code description, it's indented, which means that it takes on part of the term in front of it. So it would take on laryngoscopy flexible, and then we replace after the semicolon. So where it says laryngoscopy flexible, we're going to replace diagnostic with this new indented code with ablation or destruction of lesion with laser unilateral. So if that's the code that you want to assign, you go ahead and assign it. So let's practice one more. Let's just look up a colonoscopy that was diagnostic. So in the back of the book, again, we're going to go to C in our index, and then to CO for colonoscopy. And you can see right here colonoscopy, and then if we go down to diagnostic, it gives me code 45378. So now I'm going to flip in my tabular to 45378. And right there is our code, and it reads colonoscopy flexible diagnostic, including collection of specimen by brushing or washing when performed, separate procedure. So that's the code we would want to assign. So we would go ahead and assign it. Let's practice just one more. Let's practice coding an open appendectomy, which is a removal of the appendix. So again, we're going to go to our index. We're going to go to A. We're going to go to APP for appendectomy. And we have two choices, appendix excision, and it gives us three codes, 44950, 44955, or 44960, or laparoscopic, 44970, where ours, I said, was open. So we know we're not picking laparoscopic. We're going to pick one of these three. So when you have more than one code to look at, you have to look at each of them and decide which one applies. So let's look at the first one, 44950, and I'm going to keep my hand here in case we need to come back. 44950. And that just reads appendectomy. So that looks pretty good, but let's check the other two. You always want to look at all of them. So the other two were 44955, which is an add-on code. Now an add-on code is a code with a plus in front of it, and what that means is it can't be used by itself. It's added on to another code. So this is an add-on code and has to be used with the code above it. So this code says when done for indicated purposes at time of other major procedure. So we don't want that. And then the other choice we had in our index back here was 44960. So we're going to look up that one. That one reads appendectomy, and then there's the semicolon. So then we're going to add for ruptured appendix with abscess or generalized peritonitis. So that one we would not pick because our scenario didn't say anything about a ruptured appendix. I just said open appendectomy. So we're going to go ahead and pick code 44950. So again, in closing, you just always look up your main term by procedure back here in the alphabetical index. You find your anatomical site. Then you look at the code or code ranges in the tabular section and code until your scenario is done.